Hey, good evening, guys. Forristicat once more. Yeah, like I wasn't expecting the new Dark Knight Rises trailer to drop yesterday, but I was at work, sort of bored, so I typed in when is the next Dark Knight Rises trailer coming out, and then I'm getting results of this viral game that is happening right then and then. I'm like, wow. And then I saw the film reel coming together. People had to post the photographs of bats around the whole world. I thought there was going to be some in my city of Canberra, Australia, but there was not, so I couldn't participate. Nevertheless, yeah, it made sense for them to release a trailer yesterday after all the film clips came together. So what's my initial reaction? Well, my first initial reaction when I watched it for the first time, the very first time, was that I was underwhelmed. I was trying hard to like it, and as soon as you're trying to do anything, that presupposes that you're not actually doing it. So I didn't really like it the first time I watched it. Now that I've watched it a couple of times, it's sort of growing on me a little bit, but I'm always skeptical when I say something is growing on me, because that means that right from the beginning it didn't have some of the X factor, which is what we're after. So why didn't I like it? I'm not even really sure why I didn't like it. It was sort of much the same as the first trailer in a way, sort of you know, Batman getting beaten up. I did like the you know, the fire rises and seeing sort of him with this fire like sort of in front of him. That was pretty interesting. I did like the even then the fight scene is sort of the fight scene where you see him like fighting in the prison or the sewer or whatever. It feels like they're not even connecting to each other. It feels like they're sort of almost like as if they're doing some sort of weird dance or something. So it looked better on the sort of the GIF that someone created than actually on the actual trailer itself. I did sort of find interesting sort of like the mood they're trying to set. Like you got the bridges exploding and like the kids sort of looking on. For this movie to be good, they really have to sort of show, I think they even show like the stock exchange or something, guns everywhere. I really want to see like balls to the wall sort of terrorist action. This guy's meant to be a terrorist, so I really want to see as many places sort of as possible sort of interfered with, and I think they were going for that with the trailer, but maybe they're sort of just whetting our appetite. But I really hope that the actual movie delivers. Like, wow, this guy is crazy, this guy is nuts, he's going into all institutions in society and he's running amok, and he really wants to run Gotham and pulverize it into the ground. I sort of had this starting emotion of that when I was watching the trailer, but they didn't really land the plane on that. Both trailers seem to focus too much on this tumbler or whatever it is, like the new Batmobile sort of doing all these fancy tricks. It almost feels to me as if I'm watching like a kid's toy or something like that. And then of course there's the inevitable that this Batman is doesn't really feel like the Batman from the comics, and that's always the undercurrent of what I'm watching now. And I wouldn't even be thinking of it in that way until guys discussing on the forum is like, yeah, it looks like just like a guy in this suit that looks like Batman, but he's actually not Batman. And that's how you feel like. You feel like it's a interesting movie, and of course we're invested in it from the Batman Begins and the Dark Knight, but it still doesn't feel like it's the Batman from the comics. And of course to get the Batman from the comics, of course we need like an R rating, of course we need like much more darkness, and I don't know what it is, but recently like my standards have risen so high that it's almost like as if I was watching some sort of kids trailer in a way. I know that sounds like a little bit of an exaggeration, but I don't know, I can sort of sometimes see what directors are trying to do, and they're falling short. Like, you know, I want to feel like this is going to be an epic movie, and it's definitely going to be a good movie, but is it going to be as good as what I want it to be? Probably not, unless Christopher Nolan surprises us. But nevertheless, I'm going to hold out on the hope that they sort of held back on particular parts of the trailer because they want to put it in the movie and really sort of drive the story home. So I want to see them capitalize on these slogans like you know, faith is lost, hope is gone. So for that to happen, like, really a lot of stuff has to go down in Gotham, and I just don't want to see explosions and stuff. I want to see stuff like little kids sort of being affected, and people crying, and like old women sort of being upset and terrorized, stuff like that. Really show like how Bane has sort of like ripped the fabric of Gotham, if there was any fabric left, apart. And if that isn't what is in the final movie, then I think it's going to fall short on what the trailer's trying to achieve here. So interesting music, sort of like those silent parts of the trailer with piano in the background, like ding ding. That was pretty interesting. And yeah, the trailer was not too bad overall, but I'm sort of tossing up between whether or not it's whetting our appetite, or there is sort of nothing there in the final meal when all is said and done. I'm gonna get going now, but yeah, that's my initial thoughts. Like, I want it to be more, but of course we're gonna hold off until the final movie to make our final judgments. Alright guys, that's it for me. So yeah, let me know what you guys think.